Welcome to Student Stories. My name is Carmen Ramos Chandler, and today we're talking to Jason McIntire, who will be graduating in May. This isn't the first time you've been to CSUN, is it?
No, it is not.
Tell me how you ended up at CSUN.
Well, my mother came here twice, on and off, and then graduated when I was actually in high school. But one of my brothers came here also, and he was in business administration major. So this is like the school I really wanted to go to. I wanted to do something in business. So I started off business classes and economics, and I really didn't have a sense of direction back then. I was doing okay, but then I would take a semester off. One semester came a year, came a few years, and then life took over. My mom graduated when I was in high school.
Okay.
Here.
In what?
In humanities and Chicana studies.
Okay.
So she had a really rough path. She grew up in a farm town in Texas. So she had didn't have consistent schooling. Her parents spoke Spanish only. So at 17, she decided to leave that little town and told her mom, and her mom said, well, you wait one more year. She was going to go to New York with a friend. She goes, you wait one more year, you can come out to Hollywood, because back in, that would be 1950s, mid-50s, Hollywood was very glamorous. Everyone wanted to come to Hollywood. So she came here, tried her luck at a couple things, roles and stuff, ended up getting married, having, quite a few kids. But she never lost that desire. So when we were children, real young, she went to Reseda High School and got her GED equivalents, and then started college here in the 70s. But then my father got sick. So 1980, he really got sick, and then he passed. So she stopped. But when I was in high school, so that was 1984, she started back here because she wanted to become a teacher. And she ended up graduating, I think it was 1985 or 86. And then she became a teacher, a special ed teacher at Grant High School. So she fulfilled that. She was the only one that ever graduated. So that's what she always wanted for us, for the children. So I always had this desire, unfilled journey in a sense. And I always wanted to honor her, by being the first to graduate, because my brother did not end up graduating because he was working also. So it just so happens that my daughter graduated 4 years ago from CSUN.
Really?
And that kind of sparked something again on me. So I came into campus one day and I went to the administration office and said, here's my school number. How do I do it? And they looked at it and said, there's only 7 digits. It's 9. So, but that's what started it. I always wanted to finish, and it became now more of not just a completion of what I wanted, but a way of honoring her. I was so scared when I was first here in college. Wouldn't talk to the professors. It was like difficult to see a counselor to figure out where you're going. Other students kind of shy about. I came back like, I'm older than everyone. So I went in and I would meet the professors right away. I'd have a meeting with them, speak to them, tell them a little bit of my story. All the students, I would get to know them, their names, even the shy ones. You try to, hey, how you doing? So-and-so. Not only that, they helped me so much. They helped me, the technology part is like so much different. All the computer stuff, the Canvas, the box, all of these different RStudios and Word, I don't use any of that. So that really connected me with the students. Like, hey, how do you do this? And I had a GIS class, all computer. So the kid next to me was my best friend by the end of the semester. He was great.
What was so intriguing or engaging in this new environment?
The learning. I would spend hours. I would stay up 10, 11 o'clock every night just studying, 5-6 hours a day. Just because I wanted to go in and I wanted to know, what was going on and be a part of it. And I was always a part of it in class. And I don't know if that bugged the other students or not, but it was always me raising my hand or asking a question. but that was the best part, was learning again.
Is there a particular incident in class or a particular passage that you read or a particular incident in a study group that just sticks out in your mind about, God, I love being a college student?
Well, actually, my last class, my very, very last class, Chicana Studies seminar, that whole year was the best experience. And I mean, it was like, I was sad to be over with it. Everyone in that class interacted. It was like a family environment. We all told stories. We all, were a little vulnerable. The professor, Christina Alacantar, she's amazing. She really brings stuff out on you, from you. And yeah, that was the best experience. As for passage, I don't know, but that experience was, all my classes were great experiences. I had fun in every class because I made it that way, even the very hard ones. But that class I truly enjoyed being in. You
chose at an older age to go back to school. Was that scary?
Oh, well, it was, because I didn't know if I could do it, first of all. And when I first came here, I felt like everyone was looking at me, like, especially when I sat down in the classroom. But you know what? I have life experience, so that quickly changed, because from the first day they ask you to introduce yourself in the class. Who wants to go first? I look around, no one. I'll go first, and the professor, sometimes a very young one too, 20 some odd, and I go, I am a student, by the way, and I would get a giggle out of everyone, and then I would introduce myself. So, taking that route, I wasn't scared. The academic part was, part of it.
Yeah.
I dealt with that pretty well, and the social part, I was like, they're younger than my kids, so and I didn't treat them like little kids. Obviously, we were students together, but we would interact and talk about stuff, or talk about class, and we're always on that Discord interacting, that app, which I had no idea what that was until I came to school. So it was scary at first, but I came back to it, and the classroom environment was pretty good to me.
Did you make friends with your classmates?
Absolutely. Yeah. Matter of fact, last semester, one of the kids invited me to his graduation, or last graduation. He invited me to his, and I was like, well, that's nice, and unfortunately I can't invite him because we don't get enough tickets, but I still talk to some of them and see how they're doing, and we're going to get to reunite at the graduation. That's going to be fun.
What did you tell a young person who thinks college isn't possible, or it's too hard, or it's out of reach?
It's not a race. I'm proof of that. If you have to take your time, take your time. It's not impossible. There are so many resources, which I found out just talking to your advisors, and like, again, the EOP department, they are so willing to help you with all the resources. I mean, Marvin helped me with library resources, all kinds of, technical stuff that I had no idea. It's just, there's so many resources that I didn't have the first time around, and they're so accessible. You could just email them and they'll say, okay, we'll Zoom or not, or just back and forth. And all my advisors from all the different departments were just very helpful and keeping you track. And that's for everybody. They're here to help you. They're here to help you succeed. It's not impossible.
You said you didn't know you were EOP?
I did not.
How did you discover that was your secret power?
Marvin. He when I came back, he helped me get back in, and he typed it up, and he goes, "You're an EOP student." And I go, "What's that?"
And what did he say?
Well, he said it was the Equal Opportunity Program. And back in the day, my day, I guess it was more accessible. When I look back at it and I think about it, and my mom had to sign me up for that. We didn't have a lot going, a lot of money at the time and everything. And I think I made in with the GPA, but it's so much harder now to get in this college. But I did have, I think, a 3.0 coming out of high school, and I think that was a real way to get me in.
What do you hope to do with your degrees? Well, it's 2 degrees, it's not 1.
Yeah, 2. I do mention that to people. So what I've learned is that I'm not afraid of a computer. Yeah. So in my business, there's certain programs that can advance me. It's called like an AutoCAD or a MasterCam, where I can develop things and design things on computer. So I've actually spent the last couple of months trying to learn that language and all that kind of coding, because I do know people in the industry that will be able to build it. If I design it, they have the machines to build it, or maybe even move into that manufacturing later on.
Wow. So when you interdisciplinary studies allows you to kind of shape your emphasis. What was the emphasis you chose with that major?
Well, what I enjoyed about that major was I never thought about different disciplines interacting and advancing each other. Yeah. So now I'm shifting to like a computer science and trying to integrate that with my mechanical ability or engineering and tie that all in together and help each other out to develop and design. So that, like I mentioned, the philosophy of science I was just amazed at that, like how you would think that that's just completely 2 separate things. Yeah. But there's so much philosophy when you're talking about science. What influenced you, what your background, there's just so much that you can think about why you made the decisions you made. So that's what I'm looking at, is trying to integrate certain things together.
What did your kids say when you said, hey, I'm going back to school?
So they were still in school. Actually, my daughter already graduated. My son was still in school. So I felt kind of bad when I told him, because he's like, man, my dad's going to be there.
He's at CSUN?
He's at CSUN. So in the computer science. So he was away from me. They thought it was silly. They're like, what do you mean, Dad? What do you're old. You have a business and everything. I said, well, it's something I always wanted. I always wanted a degree. So they got on board afterwards and helped encourage me, and, you got to do good. You got to stay on top, and that was helpful. And a lot of other people in my life have really backed me up. So that was good.
You were here for 2.5 years because you had already served some time at the university. You already invested into your academics back in the 80s. When you look back at the university, what kind of feelings do you have about CSUN and your experiences here?
I wouldn't change anything here. This is I've been here my whole life in the San Fernando Valley, and I've always had a great feeling about CSUN. When there was orange groves mostly here, when I was a kid, and my mom would bring me up here. This path has been great. CSUN is fantastic. It's such a great school. I wouldn't change anything about it.
If you got invited back in 10 years, what would you say to that year's entering class about what they could expect as matadors?
I would say they could expect success, because it's all here. It's all waiting for you. Life gets in the way. I understand that, and outside issues, but there is no reason you cannot be successful in this school. There's so many resources. There's so many clubs. There's so many professors willing to help and advisors willing to help, and the library is just amazing. There's just I don't even know where these people come from. There's so many of them, and all the computer aid, and the canvas is the most amazing thing. I had to learn how to work that. It's just so amazing. It can keep you on track. So there's really no excuse not to finish, and probably no excuse not to really succeed.
Jason, it has been an honor to talk to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's just...
This is an honor for me.
Well, thank you. But I just love hearing your story. And I think a lot of other students...
It's a different path, yeah.
Hey, but it's still a path. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And thank you all for joining us for this episode of Student Stories. Please take care.